Hello, everybody, and welcome back today to part two of my Road to Glory career mode with Alfa Romeo on F1 2019. It is time for the Australian Grand Prix. In the last episode, we done practice where we finished, I believe, P6, and then qualifying, we went on to qualify ninth with Kimi Raikkonen, our teammate, in 11th here. It is time for the actual Grand Prix. This is where we score the big points, so let's go. The race will begin when the 5 red lights go out. And we're underway here for the Australian Grand Prix. They're a good start from us, but some secondary wheel spin there made it difficult to move past Norris. But as we go into the first corner here, we're going to be on his outside. Big lockup from the racing point ahead of us. That's Sergio Perez when he used to be in the Pink Panther cars. But now we're going to try maybe do a risky dive bomb up the inside of Sergio Perez and the Red Bull here as well. Oh, I'm going to think better of that. I know we were already halfway alongside, but I'm going to think better of that. I thought I was going to end in a front wing being taken off or something here. But the only problem is with these two cars squabbling, we're losing ground to the cars in front here. Oh, we go on the grass a little bit there. The car goes a bit like, oh no, oh my word. Wow, we did well to hold that there. Do we have any damage? Because surely we must have hit the back of Alexander Albon going through that corner there. We're up 2 places though already. So we're just going to see if we can move from here though. But a reasonably good first sector, apart from the fact that we did almost go careering into the back of Alexander Albon. So we're just going to have to take every corner as it comes out. Oh, we've hit the bollard there. Oh, wow. Using every bit of the track and more, but that's okay. We didn't need that there anyway. It was just an indication of where the corner is, but when you've been playing Formula 1 games for 11 years, you seem to know where the corners are. It seems to come to you now. But we are P7, so we're currently best of the rest. The 2 Mercedes, the 2 Ferrari, and the 2 Red Bull cars are in front of us. So if we can carry on finishing like this season, that would be very good. But Sebastian Vettel leads the race then for Ferrari. And there is a Mercedes in P2. I can't tell you which one because I don't know. Then I believe it's Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, the second Mercedes, Alexander Albon, myself, Perez, Norris, and a Toro Rosso. It looks like it's made its way into the top 10. Maybe that's Danny Kvyat. But lap 2 of the Australian Grand Prix here. We're going to be trying to hunt down Alexander Albon. We're not going to be pulling any irrational overtakes or anything like that. We just want to get through this race nice and clean, and then we'll see where we go from there. We used a lot of the curb there, trying to make this circuit as short as we possibly can. But it's been a very good start there. We've got a lot of fuel, so we can run in some higher revs. I always overfuel the car a bit, so we can run in some higher revs later on, not have to fuel save like crazy. It does mean we are heavier at the first part of the race, but I will definitely take that and then have the outline pace later on. Maybe if we try a cheeky undercut or something. The car just flicks beautifully through. I believe that's turn 10, 11. I'm not very, I'm alright with corner names, but I can't remember corner numbers. Verstappen seems to have an issue with his Red Bull, and that means, I believe now, Charles Leclerc is all over the back of him by the looks of things on the mini-map here, but it's okay. We're just going to keep to our own pace. Vettel yet again with the fastest lap here, which is what we expected. We expect the Ferraris and the Mercedes to be challenging each other now, but we have DRS. As long as we stay here, we have DRS on Alex Albon, which would be very, very handy. But yeah, I'll take a P7 finish. If the race were to finish like this, I'd definitely take a P7 finish. Bearing in mind we are the second worst car on the grid. It doesn't feel like the second worst car on the grid though. It feels very competitive. I mean, even in qualifying, Raikkonen P11 as well. So if we can put a few upgrades on this car, we could be okay in all fairness. Um, as we've gained some tenths on Alex Albon. Oh, using a bit of the grass there on the exit here. We're using every part of this track we possibly can. I'm pushing as hard as possible now. But yeah, as I was saying, I think it's going to be between the Ferraris and the Mercedes cars this year. Probably Vettel and Hamilton there. As we have an issue for Alex Albon, the car we were chasing. So both Red Bulls running into issues early on. Because Verstappen also has that issue. We heard it on the radio. He's slowing down as well in front of us. But Alex Albon in the second Red Bull car is out of the race 3 laps into the season. We have a VSC now. And the whole race will slow down a little bit here. Our pit stop is on lap 7, so we'll probably pit like lap 5 or lap 6. I think it's a bit too early to pit now. But wow, Red Bull early season issues, early season teething problems for the Red Bull team. Both cars running into massive reliability issues then. So maybe we could be on for a P6, if not even a P5 finish. We have to let off the throttle a bit though. Okay, so we are back under green flag racing. Perez is right behind us there in the racing point car. I almost forgot the name of it then. I almost called that an Alfa Romeo. No, we're in the beautiful red and white Alfa Romeo racing car. But I think if Verstappen does have a big problem, which it looks like it has, because I mean, the amount he's dropped off here, we've got more yellow flags in front of us. We've got a Mercedes off the road. What on earth is going on? We've got a Mercedes with an engine failure. You can't ride this Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas is now out, so we are P5. What on earth is happening? The leaders are out here dropping like flies. Wow. We could be on for a P4 finish now. This would be an incredible start to our Alfa Romeo racing career. And an incredible start to the season. But what on earth is going on? Down at the big teams here. We're losing all of their cars. Verstappen in front of us has got big issues. I mean, we've caught up 2 seconds doing this lap. So, this is a very, very interesting race so far. Sebastian Vettel then leads from Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc now. It's Max Verstappen in P4, who we are all over the back of, and I'm hoping maybe we can get a move done on this straight here. We do not want to be held up by the slow Red Bull driver, and we are going to breeze past the Red Bull driver, and we are up into P4 here. But Verstappen's going to come back at us here. We know how aggressive Max Verstappen can be. We have to turn out the corner a bit there, because I think he's cut it a bit to try and re-overtake us, but nothing can do there. So we need him to stay ahead of Perez and ideally hold Perez up, so we have a bit of breathing space here. But what an insane start to the season here. We've lost, well, we've pretty much lost 3 of the big runners because Verstappen has massive engine issues. It's put us up into P4. What an incredible, incredible start to this season. I've never seen anything like it. It's like we're racing on F1 2026, but a little bit early. This is absolutely incredible. I love this section. Although on the newer F1 games, it's really difficult to get right because the curves are very aggressive. So we've got a 7 second gap to Charles Leclerc here, as I mean, Verstappen is just dropping down the order, falling like a stone here. Unless Verstappen gets that engine issue fixed during this race, if it's an issue they can fix on the pit wall, I think Red Bull are going to be on for no points scored. If it was me, I'd pull the car into the pit lane and I'd retire it because that Red Bull car is not making any progress in this Grand Prix whatsoever. So, 7.6 second gap to Charles Leclerc in front of us for P3. I don't think we're going to be racing for a podium today, but yeah, again, the amount of cars that are blowing up in this race, anything can happen. But this is just the craziest start to this season I think I've had on a Formula One game for quite some time. This is, I mean, it's great for us. I mean, it's put us in a very lofty P4 position. So maybe Road to Glory might be coming to an end already because, well, 4 places off Glory. So it is incredible. So how this career mode is going to work, we're just going to play for a career mode, maybe stay with Alfa Romeo, maybe move around a bit, but it's going to be our Road to Glory. It's a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this before. It's good fun. Just, you know, have a great time just driving around. And yeah, we can actually pull the car into the pit lane this lap, I think. I think we could get a nice little sneaky undercut here on Sergio Perez, which would put us a bit further ahead there. Oh, on the curbs there, the car's bouncing around all over the place. We're starting to lose some tyre grip, but the car's not too bad at all. It feels very nice to drive, actually. The car feels fairly competitive, bearing in mind it's the second worst car on the grid. So, here we go. Pull into the pit lane. Be careful not to speed, because I've done that plenty of times. So yeah, Verstappen P6 already. Well, he'll be P7 by the time we're done in the pit lane. So it is not looking good for Max Verstappen whatsoever. Oh, a slow pit stop there. Couldn't get the car away. That is not going to help our chances at staying ahead of Sergio Perez. And we're going to rejoin here. Just in front of our teammate, maybe alongside him here. I'm going to let him have it. Oh, but George Russell there around the outside. My favourite Formula One driver, of course. Wow. Well, he almost wasn't my favourite Formula One driver then. He almost wiped me out of the Grand Prix. But what an interesting start to the season. As I say, I've never quite seen a start like this to the season before. We've got 8 laps to go. Hopefully Kimi doesn't hold us to up. Hopefully he plays the team game a bit here. And we're going to go round the outside here, maybe. Oh, yeah, it's front wing damage, I believe, Kimi Raikkonen. I think he's missing a front end plate. Look, yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I think Kimi Raikkonen is missing the front end plate. So who knows what's happened there? Probably been swiped at by George Russell there as we come out the pit lane. That's what he did to me. Um, so the leaders are now starting to pull into the pit lane. I believe that's Vettel in and Hamilton in. So I think Leclerc will continue on. Maybe Sergio Perez. Yes, Sergio Perez is in the pit lane. Oh no, I think he's going to get ahead of us because I don't think this was the best outlap ever. I will be fully honest. And swooping through the long final corner is what it feels like. I mean, Formula One cars just generate so much downforce so that you can take it with so much speed here, but Perez will come out just in front of us there. And yeah, but it looks like here we could have the exit on him. Off turn one into turn two there. We're going to make a move here on Perez, I think. I think he's going to squeeze us right to the inside of the corner there. We're going to go right up the inside. Going to turn it to the outside here. Make sure not to get too beached on the curb, but we are ahead of Sergio Perez. The Mexican Minister of Defense has fallen to our attack. Oh, there, he's hit us on the rear. Wow, I just felt that. Luckily, that didn't spill us off into the wall. That could have been a very high-speed crash here. But our goal now is to just try and drive away from Sergio Perez. I'm not going to do anything too crazy to try and defend him or anything, because at the end of the day, he is in the better car there. He is going to go through on us again. But it'd be nice if we get into a little battle with Sergio Perez here. Neither of us have DRS there. How interesting. Maybe he has a DRS fault that we don't know about. We're going to send it back to the inside. You just got to drive this car with confidence there. I mean, Perez, I think, ran wide a little bit now because now he's going to have Lando Norris all over the back of him. And, I wonder whatever happened to a certain young Lando Norris. I bet that's what everybody will be thinking. Well, what everyone would be thinking back in 2019. You heard so many reports of Lando Norris being this great new star. And, I mean, he proved it last year. 2025 world champion, obviously. Lucky enough to meet him at Silverstone in 2022. Summer ticket, one of the most magical days I think I've ever had in my whole life. That was quite incredible, and then meeting my Formula One hero George Russell as well, who gave me a signed cap. I mean, wow, my two of my absolute prized possessions. So lap 9 here, only 6 laps to go. This race has whizzed past. Hamilton's 13 seconds ahead of us here. So I don't think we're going to be challenging for a win anytime soon, but I don't think we were going to challenge for a win today. I think P5 is definitely P5 or P4. I reckon will be the spot that we can hold our car in, and I'd love to hold this Alfa Romeo in P5 or P4. I think it'd be a really good start to the season. A really positive step before we get into two of my least favourite tracks, Bahrain and China. I'm not very good around either of those circuits, but we'll take it as well. China I've been okay, but Bahrain I usually struggle with, especially that tricky downhill sloped left-hander. I think it's turn 12, is it? Maybe I can't quite remember off the top of the dome, but I think it's turn 12. So you have 13.9-second gap to Lewis Hamilton here. We've got to just try and hold off Sergio Perez now. I think we are going to have to go to defence. Because how I look at it, we haven't got anything to lose. We might as well just try and defend from Sergio Perez. Oh, my word, the back end steps out a little bit on us there. And again, through the next corner, maybe the rears are getting a bit hot. Put a bit more front downforce on the car between now and qualifying. We're now running 9 at the front and 5 at the rear. We were running 8 at the front. But this Yeah, this car feels very good to drive. I mean, we are, well, I mean, we're proving that here. P4 is a very good place for us to put the car in. Now, yes, granted, we did get lucky with the two Red Bulls and the Mercedes blowing up, but hey, even still, we would have been P7, which is well above what we're predicted. I think I'm predicted P15, I think was my target result. And yeah, the car looks competitive. It's unfortunate that Kimi got that damage. He's running down in 16th, I believe it looks like, behind one of the Renaults there, as Hamilton and Leclerc seem to be swapping places in front of us. I'm going to be going down the straight here. Perez still has DRS on the rear of my car though, so I need to be careful. Maybe a little bit of fuel saving. Love this set of corners. I just like this track in general. I like Albert Park. It's a really fun circuit. It's the first circuit I ever drove on a Formula One game. What was your first Formula One game? Leave it in the comments down below. Here you go. What was your first Formula One game and your favourite Formula One game? Leave those in the comments down below. My first Formula One game was F1 2015 on the PS4. And my favourite Formula One game is the one we're on right now, F1 2019. Such a wacky game in my opinion. Being able to change teams every 4 races, and you know, the rate of development on this game was just absolutely incredible, and I just love this game in general. I remember I'd got home from a day at school. I was only young, and I come in and I'd been saying to my parents, you know, I really want to get F1 2019, but I didn't have £60 on me to be able to get the game when it first launched, and it was launch day, and I come home from school, and I was excited to see all the new videos of people playing it and stuff, and my parents turned around to me and say, "Oh, Harry, could you get me a glass of water, please?" I think it was my dad. He said, "Could you get me a glass of water, please? I have a headache." And I opened my cup cupboard, and F1 2019 for the Xbox One was sat in there. I couldn't have been more happy as Perez dials down my inside here. We're going to defend him though, and we squeeze back through. But yeah, I couldn't have been more happy. Um, I installed the game that night and I was immediately playing it. I was immediately hooked. I believe my first career mode I ever did, I was actually driving for the team we're defending against, Racing Point. I think I replaced Lance Stroll, and it was my career mode that I played through until F1 2020 launched, and what a game that was as well. Everybody loves F1 2020. I certainly love it, but this game just has something over F1 2020. I don't know. It's just a really underrated game, I think. A very much an underrated game. One of my favourites. Obviously, we're not playing this on the Xbox One. We are playing on the PS5, so I can play with more enhanced graphics. Obviously, it's the PS4 version, but it's running on the PS5, so I can run it in 4K. And this game just looks amazing. I think it's a very nice looking game. I think Formula One games all have kind of a very similar look, but I mean, it just runs so well. Talking of running so well, this car runs beautifully. It drives so nice. It's just, it's not really fast. It's not a really quick car. But it's not slow. But it's just really smooth. It just feels really nice to drive. It just kind of handles the curbs quite well. You can carry a lot of speed in the corners. It tractions up fairly well. I mean, I don't have to do too much overcorrecting apart from when I go and stack it on a curb. But this car it's just really lovely to drive, and it's really nice to be playing this game again. I can't wait to do a career mode series. This is going to be a lot of fun. Um, I don't know when I'm going to upload videos. Maybe every day, maybe every other day, maybe, I don't know. I'll upload them. They'll be on. I'm a very unorganised person. I don't have much of a schedule. But F1 2019, it's good to be back. It's fun to be back. And yeah, I'm going to also be playing some Ark Raiders later with two of my very good friends. We're going to be queuing into some trios. Hopefully going to be getting some good kills, some good loot as well. What a game that is as well, Arc Raiders. Incredibly fun game. But we're going to move on to the penultimate lap. I think Sebastian Vettel has just about ran away with this one. He's already got one hand on that trophy. I think by the end of this final 2 laps, he's going to have 2 hands on that trophy. The famous, I believe it was after. Oh, which driver was it after? That's really bad. I think I should know that. I think the trophy Australia is based. Oh my word, close one. It's either based off Jim Clark or Jack Brabham, and it is a steering wheel of their car. There's Perez going to send one at the inside. I really didn't expect that. We have to out traction him here though. He's right on my rear wheel. Don't make contact with him. Cannot afford to lose a very high paying position here. All of a sudden, Verstappen seems to be back. Um, I didn't expect to see a Red Bull behind us, but yeah, Verstappen all of a sudden seems to have actually managed to find a gear in that Red Bull car and put it into it here. As Verstappen here, he's going to be lining up a move on Sergio Perez, I believe. So the two, well, future teammates, I guess, from this game will be look to be battling. And Norris all over the back of Verstappen as well. Yeah, so they seem to fix one Red Bull car, but the other one is well and truly out of the Grand Prix here. As now we start our final lap of the Australian Grand Prix here. I think we may have to do just a little bit of fuel saving, just a little bit, just to make sure we get over the line. Um, so the fuel consumption on this car is pretty high. Um, the engine power feels good. It feels, reasonable. Doesn't feel really slow. Grips up quite a lot, and it's not a heavy car. I think I probably could do with a bit more weight reduction, but you know, we'll upgrade the car as we go through. We've already got one upgrade pending that you saw from last episode. We've already got weight reduction pending, and we're getting some chassis upgrades as well on the actual department here. But he's going to be rounding the last few corners now. Sebastian Vettel has drove fantastically today. I mean, he just got off the line and gone. Lewis Hamilton looks like he will end up P2. Unfortunately, Valtteri Bottas out of the race. But not unfortunately for us, though, as losing one Red Bull and the other Red Bull running into his shoes and then Bottas being out of the race has elevated us into P4 now. Sebastian Vettel wins the Australian Grand Prix, and Lewis Hamilton will come home in P2. Charles Leclerc, P3 now. But obviously, in my opinion, the only race that matters today is our race. As we are now around the final 2 corners here, we accelerate down the main straight now. We're going to pull it into the inside of the pit wall. And on debut, it is P4 for the Alfa Romeo Racing Team. Incredible work today to finish P4. Obviously quite lucky with the 2 Red Bulls going up and the Mercedes going wrong as well. But we will finish P4. It looks like Mattia Binotto is going to be happy with that result, and who can blame him? 2 Ferraris on the podium, and Sebastian Vettel in the top step once again. So we end up finishing P4. Sebastian Vettel scores maximum points after scoring fastest lap by 5/10 of a second. It looked like, wow, that that. I was going to say that Red Bull. He's not in that team anymore. That Ferrari is on one this season. Yeah, look, Leclerc going from 5th to 3rd. Hamilton losing a place to Vettel there, and Vettel winning the race by 5.8 seconds here. Hulkenberg scores points in the Renaults. The 2 Haas cars score point in P8 and P9. Norris 7th, Verstappen 6th, obviously running into early engine troubles. Sergio Perez is your top 5 finisher. P4 in the Alfa Romeo car. Really, really nice drive today for the Alfa Romeo team. The car felt really, really nice. Leclerc P3 for Ferrari. He's had a few of those in his career. Lewis Hamilton 2nd for Mercedes. Could have won the race today, but it looks like he just ran out of pace there. But Sebastian Vettel, the German, is on top once again here. And our 2 retirements being Alexander Albon, Valtteri Bottas. Moving into the standings then, well, obviously Sebastian Vettel will be leading it after only one Grand Prix. Ferrari are on top of the constructors with Mercedes second and Alfa Romeo in P3 in the constructors. Unbelievable stuff. Racing Point are in the top four. Then it's Red Bull P5 on 8 points. The Haas and the McLaren team are tied for on 6 points there. They are in seventh and sixth position. Renault score 1 point in P8, and then Williams and Toro Rosso, two teams yet to score points. But thank you everybody very much for watching. It's been great to play this game. It's been awesome to have a nice race for once. I don't usually get this lucky, but it's been nice to have a great race, and I hope you guys enjoyed it very much. Thanks, guys. Take care.